1954, and we are fortunate today to be here at the Berliner Ensemble Theatre, attending a rehearsal of a play by Bertolt Brecht, called The Caucasian Chalk Circle. Mr. Brecht himself is directing it, and we'll get a chance to speak to him and see him work with some of the actors from his company. Mr. Brecht has become known for a new kind of theatre that he likes to call epic theatre. Mr. Brecht, I know that you're rehearsing some scenes from early on in the play. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, certainly. We begin our story with a song, and the main character is a young maid, Grusha, who works for the wife of the governor. And in the town there is an uprising against the governor, and all the ruling classes flee. And in the scene that you are about to watch, Grusha finds that the governor's baby son has been left behind, abandoned, and she has to decide what to do about it.
Perhaps you could tell us a little bit about that scene. It's dangerous for Grusha to take that baby, so why does she do it? Perhaps motherly instincts take over.
No, Grusha, she's not simply the mother. She takes the child because she cannot say no. There is no one to care for the child. So she cannot just leave something which needs help. But she takes the child too because the deed might pay off for her one day. See, for Grusha, it is as if she hears a voice saying, "You will never be happy again if you simply walk past this helpless thing." So she takes pity on him because she takes pity on herself. But she doesn't just take the child to keep it as her own, no. She just wants to get it to safety somewhere. For the spectator used to the conventional theatre, when faced with a new form of presentation, may find it difficult to see things in this matter-of-fact way. He or she is more comfortable when the ethical concepts are presented more clearly, and the motherly Grusha fits better into the idea of the nobility of man which the old theatre cultivates, where, in most cases, Grusha, she would be seen simply as someone who's endowed with a good and selfless nature. So then the spectator is then only too ready to let him or herself be moved by the action, instead of observing the way that someone almost runs into their own unhappiness. So empathy for the maid and sympathy for her position must be combined with an anger over her thoughtlessness and the stupidity of the oppressed, for whom the oppressors, they owe their lives.
Thank you, Mr. Brecht. We'll allow you to continue rehearsing. What scene are you going to do next?
It is the next scene in the play. Grusha, she flees into the mountains and she stops at a farmhouse to ask for some milk.
Milk? We haven't any milk. The soldiers want to see you took our goats. If you want milk, go to the soldiers.
But Grandpa, surely you have a jug of milk for a child. And how much for this jug of milk?
3 piastres. What? Milk has gone up.
Okay. So what then is important in this scene? The farmer, he is trying to sell the milk above the market price. Why does he do this? Is it because he has a bad character? Is the price of milk based on the character of a person? Because we must not show behaviour as if it is some inherent personality trait that never changes. This would be treating character like like a grease stain on your trousers. You rub it and rub it as much as you like, it always comes through. It is always a question of how one person behaves in one set of circumstances or another. And this will change at every moment because the conditions and circumstances change every moment. Because it is war. And the soldiers from the city, they have taken all the goats from the stables everywhere. So there is hardly any milk, hardly enough for your own use. So the prices are rising in these times because goods, they are scarce. But we do not want to leave any doubt that the farmer, he is unfriendly to Grusha. It's just we don't want to give the impression that he is inherently evil. Because in these times of war, people who live in war zones, they become mistrustful.
Right, so I have different ideas. Can we try to see it again?
Yes, of course.
Grandpa, could I have a jug of milk and perhaps a corn cake?
Milk? We haven't any milk. The soldiers mustn't spawn the city took our goats. If you want milk, go to the soldiers.
But Grandpa, surely you have a little jug of milk for a child?
And for God bless you, eh?
Who said anything about God bless you? Could I pay like princes? Head in the clouds, bottom in the water?
Right, so unfortunately this is still not right. So instead of an inherently bad person, it now just seems that the farmer, he is just mistrustful. It'd be just as wrong if he appeared as naturally like this, like someone who is hard of hearing, and as a result of his condition, which exists independently of external circumstances, always puts his hand to his ear when someone speaks to him. So in order to achieve a new kind of attitude, to show the contradictions in your character, you need the interaction with Angelica here, because that will promote change in your character. So the farmer, he expects soldiers at his door, but it is just a woman. And like the soldiers, she asks for some milk, but unlike the soldiers, she really does just want some milk. She even pays for it. So the farmer, he gets one surprise after another, and his ideas about normal human relationships, they start to change. And so he is transformed in his attitude, and he starts to see that Grusha, she is the most harmless person in the world.
Okay, so go try a different idea this time.
No, of course she can, of course.
If we just take from the part where
Open, Grandpa, we'll pay. May God strike you. Thought it'd be half piastre, but the child must have something. What about 1 piastre?
2.
Here are 2 piastres, but this milk has got to last. We still have a long journey ahead of us. These are cutthroat prices, it's a sin.
If you want milk, kill the soldiers.
That's an expensive joke.
That is good, because this way, then, we learn new things that are important. The farmer, he's become interested in Grusha, but at the same time, he keeps an eye on his milk jug in case it disappears.
Excuse me, Mr. Brecht. The farmer's good nature is clear to me, but why would he be looking after his milk jug?
It's because his initial mistrust has reduced, but it hasn't gone completely. Attitudes, they are never one-sided. They are made up of contradictory thoughts and feelings.
Thank you.
Can we look again at the moment that she pays for the milk, please? Economic transactions must be established very precisely, so every detail is important so that you can check everything. So the farmer, he should grasp these coins eagerly. But at the same time, he should check that he is getting real money, because in these times of war, people, they try to cheat the farmers. And Grusha, she is also careful with money, but for different reasons. Okay? So she only has one type of coin in that purse, and it is worth the least, the piastres. And she only has a few coins in that purse, and the two she needs, well, she could take out of that straight away, without even looking. But she will fish around for them for some time, for she finds it hard to part with money, and she still has a long way to go on her journey. And even before she hands over the coins, she will check both sides first. For who knows, she might suddenly find a more valuable coin in there. These poor people, they like to hope for a miracle like that.
Here's 2 piastres, but this milk's got to last. Got a long journey ahead of us. These cutthroat prices, it's a sin.
If you want milk, kill the soldiers.
This is an expensive joke.
Okay, that is good. It could happen just like that, so thank you.